everyone repeat after me, please. Say bim. And now say bomb.
Bomb.
And now say bim, 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 bomb.
Bim, 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 bomb.
And a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
You now have all the words for this opening song, and we'd love for you to join us. Bim, bomb. Bim, bomb, bim, 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 bomb. Bim, 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 bomb. Cheery boy, forgot that part. Bim, bomb, bim, 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 bomb. Bim, 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 bomb. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Cheery berry berry bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which means Sabbath peace, which is how we greet one another on the Shabbat, which is how we say Sabbath in Hebrew. And welcome to everyone who's here today, to family and friends, some of you who I know have come from far away, and we're so happy to have you here to celebrate with us today a wonderful simcha, a wonderful occasion of joy in the life of the Plath, Spagnola, Liam's wonderful family as he celebrates his bar mitzvah, as he becomes a son of the commandments of our people. And we'll learn more about what that means as we go through the service. I'm guessing some of you might be at a bar mitzvah for the first time, and maybe the first time in a synagogue. Welcome. We're so glad you're here to be with us today. And I'm going to be teaching throughout the service, and I want to point out just a few things as we get started. You should be holding in your hands a paper pamphlet, which is our Siddur, our prayer book for today. And the first thing you'll notice, if you've never held a Jewish prayer book before, is that the pages go the opposite direction. Notice I didn't say backwards, because Hebrew is written from right to left, so a Hebrew book goes the other way. And on every page, you'll see there's Hebrew and there's English, and it's the liturgy, the prayers of our service, and everything that's in Hebrew, almost everything, also is there in English letters in transliteration. That's to make it user-friendly, because we'd love for you today, as much as you can, to be not just a passive observer, but an active participant. It'll make the service that much more enjoyable, I promise, and it will fill the space with joy. We'd love to hear your voices. And a lot of the liturgy is sung in melodies that I'm sure will be new to many, even if you've been to a bar mitzvah before. But we encourage you to do your best to sing along, to get into the spirit of the service. And if the Hebrew words get in the way, I like to say, lie, works just fine. But please participate as much as possible. Whenever we come into this space, we create a community, what we like to call a kihila kedusha, a holy community, because we've come today on this special day to celebrate this important event. And we make it holy by connecting, by raising our voices together in song and prayer. And we need to warm up the room a little bit, so what I'd love to have you do now is to actually stand up from your seats and introduce yourself. Say Shabbat Shalom and introduce yourself to everyone all about you, not just the people you came. Meet someone new. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. We invite you to return to your seats. Doesn't that feel better? Now we're not a group of strangers. Now we're connected to one another. I forgot to say something very important. If you have a cell phone, I'd like you to take it out right now and double check, triple check that you've either turned it off or you put it on silent so they don't disrupt our service. And I need to say hello to those who are joining us remotely via live stream. You'll notice there are a few cameras in the room, and we know there's some family and friends as far away as England who are joining us today remotely, and we're so glad that you could be a part of this in this way. So our service continues now. What page, sweetie?
Page 2.
Oh, I'm Rabbi Jason Gwazdoff. I'm the rabbi here at Temple Israel, and this is Lindy Passer, my wife, who is also our music director and soloist, and along with Liam, we'll be leading the service today.
So
And
we're on page 2, number 3, Hine Matov. How good it is for all of us to be together.
Well, Liam is very blessed to have many people in his life who love him very much and have walked the path of life with him and contributed to the fine young man that he is today. And we're going to hear from his parents, who are going to offer words of praise and words of blessing to him. And we begin by inviting up John Plath and Paul Spagnola, his two dads. who are both going to get us off started here with their words. You want to flip a coin?
All right, a couple times, we'll see how it goes. All right. I've had the pleasure of watching you grow into a smart, curious, and creative man. Today, we honor the milestone of your bar mitzvah. Liam, you are a voracious reader. I am proud of every time I look your way and you have a book in your hand. I skipped a card, but that's fine. You read a wide variety of books from fantasy, sci-fi, mythology, and history. In second grade, you read more books than some do in their entire academic careers, and you should be proud of that. You are curious about a great many topics. When we get into conversations about philosophy, religion, world politics, I am amazed at your comprehension and critical thinking skills. This curiosity is highlighted in your podcast selections. When in the car, with a little smile, you'll lean over and turn on podcast Fall of the Roman Empire. But on occasion, you will make a request to listen to Weird Al Yankovic. Of course you would discover Weird Al. Of course you would. Your depth and breadth of knowledge makes you a great trivia partner. You always have the answer for geography, history, literature, sci-fi, mythology questions. Thank you. Just because you're a bookworm does not mean you sit in the house all day. Brings me joy to see how creative and handy you are. You're always borrowing one of my tools for whichever project is on tap for the day. I was very proud when you built your treehouse a few years back. Even prouder when we had an engineering meeting, the three of us, on the remodel of the treehouse. But Liam, just because you are now a man in Jewish tradition, you are still not allowed to sharpen your play swords. All of your interests have naturally led you to Dungeons and Dragons. It warms my heart to see you embrace hobbies so close to my own at your age. I love that you enjoy staying up late with your friends, eating pizza and drinking lemonade, plotting how to conquer a pack of orcs. I can't wait for your friends to explore the dungeon that we are designing together. To say that I'm proud is an understatement. I will always be there for you to answer your questions, offer advice, and help you become the wonderful man you are destined to be. Liam, you are surrounded by people who love you. In this room are people who truly care about you. Never forget that. When life gets hard, and it will, do not forget the love in this room. And never hesitate to reach out for help. I love you.
Liam, I echo Paul's sentiment that I am so proud and happy to be here today, celebrating this journey that you've taken and the future that's ahead. This day is so much more than just a ceremony. It's a significant milestone in your life. And I'm so happy to see you've made your commitment to this faith. As I recall, we've had multiple conversations leading up to this point. Again, when we've spoken about religion in the car, we've had various discussions, and I'm blessed that you're able to chart this path and explore this the way you have. As you stand here today, you remember you are surrounded by family, friends, and a whole community here that loves and supports you. I'm incredibly proud of the decisions you've made, and I'm so honored to stand beside you today. You've shown remarkable curiosity and openness as you've been learning about your Jewish traditions, and there's such a rich history that accompanies them. Watching you grow has been an absolute joy, and marking this moment, with you ready to take on the world as an adult, I'm reminded of all the many moments that we've had in the verse we've explored together, how adventurous you've been, how much you know, I absolutely love going skiing with you. I am so looking forward again to this winter. I recall last winter, and you completed your first black run, I think, was last winter, and so many other firsts. Your little explorers down the San Joaquin and the kayak, and you're always ready to go. You know, if we're going to go hiking, going to go kayaking, going to go skiing, right? And so yeah, I want you to embrace this opportunity to grow and learn and contribute to the world around you. And I hope you will find great joy in your faith as you reflect on shared values as Christian and Jewish. We all share the same God. Yep. And in closing, I gave you last night before this a poem to read. And I want you to share those closing lines, that the earth is yours, everything that's in it. Once more, you'll be a man, my son.
Thank you, that was beautiful. So I mentioned that on the live stream, we have some family members all the way in England who are joining us today. And if they were sitting here in the congregation, we'd be inviting them up here. We call this raised platform the Bima, to offer the family blessing that's on page 4 of our service. They're not here, but they are going to be here through the magic of video. So watch the screens. This is grandmother Penelope Plath and Aunt Lydia and Uncle Nick Witham.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny for worlds still to come. And may you trust in generations past and yet to be.
May your heart be filled with intuition and your words be rich in understanding. May songs of praise be ever upon your tongue and your vision clarify a straight path before you.
May your eyes shine with the light of holy words and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. May your lips speak wisdom and your fulfillment be in righteousness. And may your heart always be open to the words of the holy ancient one of old.
All the way from England. And I've never heard that blessing offered in a British accent. Somehow takes on new heft and beauty. Well, right here on the reading table is something very beautiful. And you might notice that I'm wearing one of these. It's called a talit, and Lindy is wearing a talit, and many people sitting out in the congregation are wearing a talit. It's a prayer shawl. And this one is absolutely gorgeous because Liam has very good taste. And he chose this one. He and Tara did a lot of searching, and this is the one that he decided on. And I wholly support your choice. It's absolutely gorgeous. But nothing about the color or the pattern or the style of this is what makes it important. That's all window dressing. The thing that makes a talit unique and special and a holy object are the simple fringes we call tzitzit that are tied to the four corners. It's actually a fulfillment of a commandment in our Torah. Liam, come on, stand up here with me. It's a mitzvah, which means
Good deed or commandment.
or a commandment. And how many commandments are there in the Torah?
613.
613 commandments are in the Torah. And one of them is to affix these fringes to the corners of your garment as a reminder of all the commandments that are in the Torah and all the important Jewish values that are a part of Jewish life and that really focus us to think about the world and all the people we share in the world in a certain way. You know, one of the first teachings of the Torah is that we are all created in the image of God. Now, that doesn't mean we look like God because God doesn't have a body. God is invisible. What it means is that we are all capable of, in our lives, living in godlike ways, and that each person has implanted within them that potential and that spark of holiness. And so every person that we meet, no matter the color of their skin, their ethnicity, their race, the religion they follow, every person we meet, we need to find that spark of holiness. And we need to treat them with the utmost dignity and respect of a fellow human being, also created in the divine image. And when we look at the tzitzit, it's a reminder of that. These strings are tied in a very special way. It's a kind of a code. Every Hebrew number has a letter assigned to it. And if you know the code, this says Adonai Echad, that God is one. And it's from that teaching, if God is the creator of all, that we learn about the need to love and respect every other human being. And another way of looking at it reminds us of the 613. So today, Liam, for the first time, you're going to put on this talit that you chose, and we're inviting your mom now to come up onto the bima to present it to you and to share her words of blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lihitatef batzitzit.
Liam, I want to tell you how proud I am to be your mother and what a blessing it has been to watch you grow over the last 13 years. You are thoughtful, you are kind, you know what you like and what you don't like. You are responsible, you like to help out, you are a good cook, especially meat on the grill. Even if you do prefer filet mignon over tri-tip, just like me. And as of today, you are still just a hair shorter than me. Maybe. So I'll enjoy that while I can, maybe only for the next 30 seconds, but we're gonna go with that, okay? I love watching you take care of Lincoln, our dog, making sure he gets food and walks most days. I love to watch you interact with younger children, like when you helped teach swimming this summer. I loved watching you grow into yourself at camp. I love that you love reading. I think it's so wonderful that we can now share book recommendations. I think this is a new level of parenting I didn't expect to happen, but I'm totally here for it. I love that we share some of the same musical tastes, and hopefully I have a new concert partner now. I love hearing about your new interests in Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. I have loved watching you grow into a great skier, even if, as a toddler, learning how to ski was not your favorite activity. I would like to give you some ideas to ponder as you enter these teenage years. I want you always to be the sensitive, loving, caring person you are. The world can be a hard place sometimes. I want you to continue to be as you are and not let the world change that. I want to continually encourage your curiosity. I want to encourage your explorative nature. I want you to know that you do not need to feel like you are living for other people. Live for yourself. You do not need to live your life doing what is expected of you. You have permission to ruffle feathers for the sake of what you want in this life, to do the things that you want. I want you to advocate for yourself. Live life for you. Do not live for others. This can be hard. This can be difficult. But at the end of the day, you need to make yourself happy. Watching you work with Karma and Rabbi, I have been impressed with your dedication to learning your Torah portion and writing your Devar Torah. I am glad that you take your time in making decisions, even if I get frustrated with you sometimes. We had many months of conversations about whether or not you would even have this celebration today, what it would look like, and what you would want and wouldn't want. You are always careful in making decisions, and you do not let others persuade your decision making. May you always stand up for what you want and need. May you feel confident in your choices and the path you forge for yourself. And may you know that I will always be standing next to you, supporting you as you continue to grow into the amazing person you already are. Mazel tov on all your hard work on reaching this day. I love you.
At special moments in Jewish life, like today, we say a special blessing that thanks God for giving us life, for sustaining us in life, and for allowing us to celebrate these times. And it's the Shechianu on the bottom of page 4, and we invite you to join us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. And our service continues on the middle of page 5 with Kol Hanshama. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol Hanshama. Shama, Hallelujah.
on page 7. These are the duties whose worth cannot be measured.
Honoring one's father and mother, acts of love and kindness, diligent pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, hospitality to strangers, visiting the sick, celebrating with bride and groom, consoling the bereaved, praying with sincerity, and making peace where there is strife, and the study of Torah leads to them all.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasek vivina, lev havhin ben yom uvein laila.
Praise be the eternal God, who has implanted mind and instinct within every living being.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Praise be the eternal God, who has made me a Jew.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben horin.
Praise be the eternal God, who has made me to be free.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Praise be the eternal God, who helps the blind to see.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
Praise be the eternal God, who clothes the naked.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Praise be the eternal God, who frees the captive.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Praise be the eternal God, who lifts up the fallen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Praise be the eternal God, who makes firm our steps.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Praise be the eternal God, who girds our people Israel with strength.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Praise be the eternal God, who crowns Israel with glory.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten la'ya'ev koach.
Praise be the eternal God, who gives strength to the weary.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama avir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai.
Praise be the eternal God, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. We continue on the bottom of page 9 as we call each other to prayer with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, and we stand either physically or in spirit. Please be seated. We continue in the middle of page 10. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher Anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני Elohim.
Our service continues on page 11. Standing at the water's edge, the sea spray on your cheek. Close your eyes and feel within the beating of freedom's drum. Listen closely on the breeze. Do you hear the music of the ages? O God, you beat the drum. You are the song. You are the wonder in each of us. With joy and awe, we sing to you this song of freedom.
We continue now on page 12, and I ask you to rise either physically or in spirit as we join together in chanting the Amidah.
Na
Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol, Atah Rav ve'Hoshia, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Tzomech noflim verofech cholim, Umatir hasurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech me'mit u'mechaye, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melot kol haaretz kevodo.
אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
Baruch kevod Adonai Nimkov. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu hu Malkeinu, hu Moshiach ve'hu Yachlienu, v'rachamam le'nei Kohai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Imloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yitzion, Ledor vador vador, Hallelujah.
לדור ודור נגיד קודמך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated. Whenever we open a Jewish prayer book, there's a liturgy there that's been compiled and written, some of it thousands of years ago. Some of the words come from scripture, some of the words, beautiful religious poetry, and they convey the values of our people. Every service, a mini Jewish history lesson. But when we come to the synagogue, we each come as individuals, and we bring with us all the emotions and feelings and expectations of the week that's past and the week ahead. And we always like to take a few quiet moments and offer everyone an opportunity to turn inward, to your own heart, to your own mind, or simply to meditate on your breath and take a few quiet moments. Tfilat Halev, the prayer of the heart. I almost don't want to break that lovely, prayerful, peaceful moment in our service. But we're about to enter the next part of our service, and you're going to feel a huge transition, and the energy is going to pick up again because we're beginning what we call Seder Kriyat Torah, the special service for the reading of the Torah. And we're going to invite family members to come up onto the bima. We're going to open the doors of the ark. We're going to bring out one of the scrolls, the Sifrei Torah, the Torah scroll, and we're going to celebrate it. We're going to say special liturgy, and we're going to be the Torah held aloft in Liam's hands, marching up and down the aisles of the sanctuary. And the tradition is to step forward and to actually kiss the Torah with your talit or your prayer book. And this is not something that you have to do. I'm just explaining what's going to happen. And that's done out of a sign of love and respect for the tradition. So that's what's happening. And some kids are going to be running around the sanctuary passing out to you small individually wrapped pieces of candy, lifesavers. This is not a mid-service snack. We want you to hang on to in fact, don't hang on to it, put it down on the seat next to you because those wrappers make so much noise, those crinkly wrappers. But hang on to it because at the end of the Torah reading, which is a big, important moment in the service, we're going to invite you to toss that candy, oh so gently, up here on an upward trajectory, right? And this is all about joy. It's the sweetness of that moment. So that's what's about to happen. So we turn in our service to page 19, and I invite up onto the bima for the honor of opening the ark grandparents Mark and Laura Gardner. And we ask you to please rise either physically or in spirit as our ark is open.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, ki mitzion teitzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, le'amo Yisrael b'kedusha tov. This is the Torah, Israel's morashah, the eternal inheritance of our people. We have carried it with us wherever we have wandered across the globe, we the wandering Jews, and it has kept us together as a people because it contains our history and our traditions and the mitzvot that we've spoken of. Today, Liam, we place the Torah in your arms, both literally and figuratively, as you celebrate your bar mitzvah. Today you celebrate that you are now a son of the commandments of our people. It means, in the eyes of Jewish tradition, you are a full member. You are considered to be a young adult now, ready to take on the responsibilities of Jewish life. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to get the keys to your father's purple 65 Mustang. At least not yet. But it means that you are ready because you've studied long and hard to reach this moment in your life. And you have a good foundation, a good understanding of what it means to be a Jew and to live your life in this way, doing acts of tikkun olam, of world repair. So we invite now your mom and your dads to join us on the bima as we pass the Torah through the generations of your family to you. L'dor vador,
L'dor vador,
nagid godlecha, Yikod lecha ulenetzach netzachim kedushatcha nagish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush leolam va'ed leolam va'ed.
At the end of his life, Moses spoke to the children of Israel and said, "It is not enough that you have received the Torah from me. You must make it new in every generation.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Up onto the bima for the honor of undressing the Torah, Sister Kira Spagnola and friend Dean J. And we continue singing. Every week, the Torah comes out from the Ark, and we read the Torah portion of the week. this book, the Torah, which is the 5 books of Moses, was not written in 52 chapters to correspond to the number of weeks in the year, but long ago the rabbis divided it into weekly readings so that we would have this annual reading, and when we complete it, we start all over again, because the wisdom of the Torah and that all we can learn from it is endless. Because each time we read it, though we might be the same, or the Torah might be the same, we're not the same. Because we learn and we grow and we have new concerns, and we find the Torah speaks to us each time we read it in different ways. And after Liam chants a portion from this week's Torah portion, he's going to share with us a wonderful speech, something we call a Devar Torah, or words of Torah, a lesson, a wonderful message based on what's to be found in the Torah portion this week, this part of it. So I'm not even going to say anything about it because he's going to explain it all to us. We invite several family members up onto the bima for the honor of an aliyah saying the blessing for the reading of Torah. Yamod Rishon, Liba Hindabat David Melech v'Nechama Bela, Ezra ben Abraham v'Sara, Abraham ben Gerald uMiriam. We call for the first aliyah, friends Monty and Lori Merrill, and Ken and Laura Poppers. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher B'Karbanu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. V'hinei Anochi imach ushmarticha bechol asher telech vahashi voticha el ha'adama hazot ki lo ezacha ad asher im asiti et asher dibarti lach.
I know you're excited for that.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'Hayei Olam Natan B'Toheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. Now.
You first.
Yamod Sheni Atara Rachel bat Avraham v'Sara. We call for our second aliyah, parents Tara Spagnola, Paul Spagnola, and John Plath.
Baruch et Adonai Hamurach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamurach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher B'Karbanu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayiketz Yaakov Mishnato vayomer achin yesh Adonai bamakom hazeh ve'anochi lo yadati.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torat emet v'chaye olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. I should go out. Good job. I should go out. Come and stand over here. Whenever the Torah is out amidst the congregation, we like to say special blessings, and especially blessings for good health and for healing, for friends and family who are ailing in some way, either physically or spiritually or emotionally, and who need a little bit of help and support that we can bring to them with a phone call, a visit, a meal, a card, whatever we can do to give them a little bit of strength. And I'm sure lots of us have people in our lives who are healing. And this works for Jew and Gentile alike, so don't be shy. I invite you to say aloud the names of people who you'd like to add to this blessing as my hand passes across the room. Nancy Friedman.
We're on page 22.
And we add to those names mentioned aloud those of us here who are in the same need of these blessings for refuat hanefesh and refuat haguf, for healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim, blessed are you, O God, who heals the sick. Liam, I heard in your parents' speeches the mention that sometimes life is hard. And I would add that sometimes the world is a scary place. And we, as Jews right now, are going through, as you know, because we've talked about it. A tough period. Anti-Semitism is on the rise. And what do we do about that? Some might hide, some might run. I don't think so. I think what we need to do is to double down on the values that represent our people, which are values about life and values about peace. It's all over the Torah and throughout our tradition. That's what we stand for life, for peace, for tikkun olam, for world repair, for fixing all the things that are broken in our world. So no, we won't hide and we won't run. And at each of our bar and bat mitzvahs, we invite our students to twin with a child or children who faced another difficult moment in the life of the Jewish people, perhaps the worst moment in the history of the Jewish people, and that's the Holocaust. For just the reason of being Jewish, 6 million Jews were murdered, for no other reason. But out of that comes strength. Out of that comes renewal. The modern state of Israel is an example of that. Don't forget that lesson. And we twin with a young boy or girl or combination, in your case, because we don't want to forget them. Just as we don't want to forget that chapter in our history. We don't sweep it under the rug. We take the lessons from it and we march forward. Not afraid, but proud as Jews. And so I invite you to share with us this dedication.
As I become a bar mitzvah, I pledge to remember Ruth, Naomi, and Sarah Carlbach. Ruth, Naomi, and Sarah were Julius Carlbach's younger sisters. When Julius was 15 years old, he was sent to England on the Kindertransport. The Kindertransport was a unique humanitarian rescue program which ran between November 1938 and September 1939. Approximately 10,000 children, the majority of whom were Jewish, were sent from their homes and families in Germany, Austria, and Czechoslovakia to Great Britain. Living with his adopted British family, Julius survived the war and became a rabbi, just like his father before him. On December 6, 1941, Julius's sisters were sent to Riga concentration camp. On March 26, 1942, all three girls were murdered by the Nazis. Ruth was 14 years old, Naomi was 13, and Sarah was 12. Today I remember Ruth, Naomi, and Sarah and read Torah in their honor. On Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, I will remember them. When I say Mourner's Kaddish, I will remember them. I am doing this for them, for me, and for the Jewish people. I make this pledge in honor of all those who perished in the Holocaust.
And the very best response from us for the Holocaust is to do what you are doing today, Liam, which is standing tall and proud as a bar mitzvah, as a member of the Jewish people. So thank you for doing that. You inspire me. And now, back to the joy, because this is an important moment. You know, anyone can read the Torah. With 3 or 4 years of preparation and studying Hebrew and then learning how to chant the Torah, it's not easy, but only someone who reaches this age of 13 as a bar mitzvah can be called to the Torah for this honor of reciting the blessing. And Liam, you have reached that moment, and I proudly now call you. Yamod habar mitzvah li'am Yochanan ben Atara Rachel. We call our bar mitzvah Liam Plath.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayira vayomar manorah hamakom hazeh ein zeh ki im beit Elohim v'zeh shar hashamayim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natav v'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Now.
Here comes Candy.
Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov, Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov, Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulekol Am Yisrael. 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 Well, so much for Oh So Gently. Are there some baseball players out there today? Yeah, I think. Okay. Well, in a moment, I'm going to raise the Torah, and I'm going to hold it aloft. This is also an important moment and an important ritual, and the meaning behind it is this is an open book. It's not the private domain of some high priest who dispenses it at his will. This is a book that's a gift to the Jewish people and through the Jewish people to the rest of the world. It's a blueprint, if you will, for fixing our world and bringing peace and justice into the world if we would only study it and then take these commandments and make them real. So that's what it means when we lift it. This is ours. It belongs to all of us. And we have an important job to do. A lot of messy stuff up here. We have to pick up every piece of candy. So all the kids who are here today, and if you're 40 and you consider yourself a kid, you can come too. 60 works. But primarily the kids, but adults are welcome too. We need to pick up all the candy, and the ground rules are slow, gentle, no shoving, no pushing. And the kids, every time they pick up the candy and they give it away to the adults. I say that every time and it never happens, but we can only hope. If you do get a piece of candy, that's fine. If you can't, you need to keep the wrapper quiet because Liam's going to share with us his Devar Torah. But if it accidentally makes its way into your mouth, please take the wrapper and put it in your pocket and don't leave it sitting in the sanctuary. Let's protect the dignity of this space. I invite up onto the bima for the honor of dressing the Torah, cousins Kieran and Dave Shamash, and for the honor of opening the ark, friends Eli Andaluz and Cameron Gold. And I ask you all to please rise either physically or in spirit.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael Torati lachem, Torati al ta'azovu. Eitz Chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tom checha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol nativotecha Shalom.
Kids, come up and get the candy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Can you put it down here? Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. You may be seated. Let everybody settle in. Catch your breath. Nice and loud, okay?
Imagine if you received $115 million a year for the rest of your life. That, in a roundabout way, is what the famous businessman Ray Kroc promised the McDonald's brothers. A promise, by the way, he never kept. Here's the story. In 1954, Ray Kroc sold 8 milkshake mixers to a small San Bernardino burger shop called McDonald's Brothers. Their restaurant was unique because they had a limited menu and a simple, efficient system for making what we today call fast food. Kroc immediately saw the opportunity knocking at the door and helped them to franchise their unique business. 6 years later, after the restaurant's boom, he bought them out for $2.7 million and promised to pay them out a royalty of 1% on all future profits. But here's the rub. The McDonald's brothers made the deal with Kroc on a handshake agreement, and they never saw another penny. That deal, due to the great success of the McDonald's franchise, would be worth about $115 million. So much for promises. I share this story with you because our Torah portion this week, Vayetze, has a big promise that our patriarch Jacob makes with God, a vow that's also somewhat questionable. I promise you, it has nothing to do with hamburgers. But the way it was made gives reason to question Jacob's intentions, and has caused a lot of questioning by the rabbis through the ages. Let's face it, vows and promises are important, especially in our Jewish tradition, and should not be taken lightly. Let's take a look at what happened in our portion. Jacob, after stealing his brother's birthright, is afraid for his very life, and he is running away from home to an uncertain future. Filled with emotion and exhausted, he takes a rock for a pillow and falls fast asleep. Then he dreams of a stairway reaching from heaven to earth with angels going up and coming down. There are a million things we could say about that crazy, amazing dream and what it might mean, but what happens next is what I want to talk about. The Torah says that after he awoke from his dream, Jacob made a vow in the form of a prayer. He said, "If God remains with me, if God protects me and gives me bread to eat and clothing to wear, and if I return safely to my father's house, the Lord shall be my God, and of all that you shall give me, I will set aside a tithe." Did you notice what the rabbis might find troubling about Jacob's promise? Not just what he said, but how he said it. By my count, he said "if" at least 3 times, meaning he wasn't just promising to do something, but conditioning that promise on what God would do for him. In other words, He was bargaining with God. If you do this, I'll do that. The rabbis of the commentary offer several interpretations, and some were openly critical. Don Isaac Abravanel, a medieval scholar, was clearly unhappy with Jacob's promise. He questions Jacob's bargain, asking if God didn't come through with what Jacob was asking, would he then not believe in him? He obviously considers it inappropriate to make this conditional promise. By contrast, another commentator, Jacob ben Isaac Ashkenazi, seems to let Jacob off the hook. His interpretation is that what Jacob meant by saying if had to do with the place where he was making the vow. In other words, if God helps and protects me, I will worship God on this very spot. If not, I will do it elsewhere. Yet a third commentator, modern commentator Namahama Leibowitz, takes a similar position, also rationalizing what Jacob said. She said that no deal is involved. What Jacob meant to say was that if God would not grant him to return to his father's house, how would he be able to erect a temple on that spot? So what do we learn from all this? Well, first of all, that it's impossible to get Jews to agree on anything. Like the joke says, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. But that's okay. We are allowed to interpret the Torah and find multiple possible meanings in every verse. But what these different opinions all have in common is that they point out that there was something fishy about Jacob's vow, something not so kosher. Either they criticize him for trying to strike a deal with God, or they try to find an excuse for all the conditions in Jacob's prayer. They consider a person's promise or vows as a sign of their integrity or character. Perhaps the big lesson here and takeaway for all of us is that vows and promises are important and should not be taken lightly. And not just vows made to God, but also vows we make to ourselves and others. You should be careful not to make a vow you can't keep, or that you might not keep. For example, those New Year's resolutions people make like, I'm going to lose weight, or work out, or stop smoking. For most people, that lasts about a month. By February, they are long forgotten. They're made with good intention, but not kept, because they are hard to do, and humans are not perfect. Better we not make a vow and just do it. There's a quote in the Talmud, in fact, that says, it's better to do a good deed without making a vow to do it. And vows and promises with other people are especially important, because they might damage our relationships and hurt our reputation. I bet you can all remember a time when someone promised to do something for you or with you, and then let you down. Some of those promises are small, like, let's do lunch, or I'll call you later. Then there are the ones that hurt a little more when they're broken, like, the job is yours, or I'll be at your recital, or I won't miss your game. These promises hurt because they let people down and make them feel unloved or forgotten. That's not the intent, but that's what happens. I challenge you to think about what we have learned from Jacob's conditional promise, and the way the commentary talks about it. Keeping promises strengthens our bonds, and shows you are dependable and trustworthy. It shows you truly care about others, and how they feel. Our vows and promises are powerful, and they say a lot about our character. We all need to try our best to keep our promises both to ourselves and others. Remember the saying, your word is your bond. This simple principle can lead to a more fulfilling and respected life. All the students in our temple are asked to make a tzedakah contribution in honor of their bar or bat mitzvah. Tzedakah means righteous giving. In honor of my bar mitzvah, I will be giving 10% of the cash gifts I received to the Israeli Children's Fund, an organization in Israel which provides support for children who have lost one or both of their parents in the attacks on October 7th of last year. I do this because these children are some of the invisible victims in this horrible war that has forever changed so many lives, and I want to do what I can to help. All of the students at our temple are also asked to do a number of mitzvot in the year leading up to their bar or bat mitzvah. A mitzvah is a commandment, often a good deed, that helps someone or helps to make our world a better place. I would like to tell you about just a few of the mitzvot I did in the past year. In our Hebrew school here at Temple, there are a group of older students who are madrichim, or teacher's assistants, who help to run the Hebrew program. I have been one of those madrichim, helping out in a number of ways, and helping others to learn is truly a mitzvah I enjoy. Another mitzvah I did was very meaningful, was volunteering with my Boy Scout troop for Family Promise, an organization that helps struggling families facing homelessness. We went to a local church where they were being housed and gave the kids there a good time, roasting marshmallows, playing games, and hanging out. It was a great opportunity to bring some joy to kids facing a tough challenge. And now for some thank yous. First, I I would like to thank Rabbi Gwozdov for helping me to write my Devar Torah and helping me to get ready for today. Thank you for all your guidance and support through the years. Karma, thank you for teaching me how to chant my Torah portion, and thank you for encouraging me every step of the way. You are the great teacher, kind and patient, and oh, I love your crazy Ewok costume. Lindy, thank you for singing so beautifully today, bringing so much spirit to our services, and thank you for all the great dances you teach us at religious school. Believe it or not, I really enjoy it. I'd also like to thank all the teachers in our school who are so dedicated and always making learning fun. I want to make a big shout out to my grandparents Laura and Mark, who will be cooking our dinner this evening. Thank you for coming all the way from Nevada to be here today and helping me along in my Boy Scout journey. You guys are the best. I also want to say hi to my grandmother Penelope, Aunt Lydia, and Uncle Nick in England, who are watching on our service today on YouTube. Thank you so much for sending the awesome video you made of the family blessing. Allie, thank you so much for all you did to help me and my mom to plan and organize all the many details for today. I really appreciate all your love and support. Kira, thank you for being a great little sister. You're lucky to have grown up with such a patient big brother. Even when you do gymnastics in random places one would never imagine. I appreciate all your crazy antics, and you really are great. Unlike most kids, I have a mom and 2 dads to thank for all they have done for me throughout my life. So first, to who I used to refer to when I was little as Daddy John. Thank you for all you have taught me about politics and space and so many other things. You have such a great sense of humor, which I think I have inherited from you. And now Babu, which is Italian for dad. In other words, my father Paul. Thank you for all you have taught me about computers and cars, and for all the things we have done together as I was growing up. And now Mom, which is the only name I have ever had for you. Thank you so much for always being there for me, for fussing over every detail in a good way, and for always showing me so much support and love. I love you so much. And last but not least, I want to thank everybody who came today to support me, both here in-house and on YouTube. I really do appreciate it, and you all helped to make this day a real celebration. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom.
Liam. Some of you see something weird going around the room because it's our custom not to clap at our services because it's not a show, but sometimes we're just aching to show appreciation. So this is silent applause, right? Silent applause. But even better than that, repeat these words after me. Yasher. Koach. Now we're going to put it together. 1, 2, 3. Yasher Koach. Which means all the strength to you, baby. Or something like that. Not a baby. Liam. I get to be the first person standing here to say, job well done. And mazel tov. And I am so very proud of you, along with your family and all your friends. And you, young man, should be so extremely proud of yourself because you did an amazing job up here today in everything you did, leading the service, chanting the Torah so beautifully, and in sharing with us a very important, profound message that I think all of us need to hear. Because sometimes, people say things, I promise to do this, I'll be there, you can count on me, and then it gets forgotten. And it hurts people's feelings. And it does say something about who we are. It is kind of a sign of our character. And you, I believe, are someone who keeps his promises. Because as I've gotten to know you through the years, and I think I've known you for a long time, since you were about half the size, and you're catching up with me, I've watched you with your family, with your sister, with your friends here at Temple. We met years ago when you were a Cub Scout, and you did that Jewish Cub Scout Award. You put a lot of time and effort into that. And always, always, whatever you do with dedication, and you do with feeling, and you care about people, and that truly shows. And everything your parents said about you is also true. And these past 2 months, as we were working on the Devar Torah, I got to really understand and see who you are. I think all three of your parents talked about how bright you are. Wow. We had such deep conversations about the Torah portion and about how we could explain it in a way that made it relevant for all of us today. And I was so pleasantly surprised with the depth of our conversations and your vocabulary and your understanding of real things in the world. But you're also just a great kid. I was looking for your binder, which you took home yesterday. So right before the service, where's the binder? And Allie said, I got it. She gave it to me, and we pulled out of the back page this page, Dungeons and Dragons.
That's Kira's character sheet. That's Kira's character sheet. That's my character sheet.
Okay. But I love this. Does anybody know what Dungeons and Dragons is all about? This is a popular game. It's been around for a while, but this is a very special game that only really bright kids with a lot of patience and a lot of creativity and a really deep mind would be interested in even approaching, because it's not a running around being crazy game. It takes a lot of discussion and strategy and imagination, and I know that that's your new passion, and I think that's awesome. And our party today is a Dungeons and Dragons bar mitzvah party. First time I've ever heard of it, but that's what you wanted, and that's what you're getting. And I'm really glad, because that's really, it shows your character. You know what you want, and you go for it, and you get it, and you stand tall, and you are proud, and you make us all proud today. So, my prayer for you is that you will remember this day, and that you will continue to be a great blessing for our community, for your family, and for the whole Jewish world. Mazel tov. And I ask you to join me in front of the ark for a quiet blessing.
You are our blessing, and you are our strength. You are our future. We believe in you and the choices you will make. Don't be afraid to follow your heart. Don't be afraid to tell your truth. Don't be afraid to turn to your family. We are proud of you and the life that you will choose. Shalom.
For some presentations, it's my pleasure to invite onto the bima, representing our board of directors, a good friend, Nancy Friedman.
So Liam, I am so proud to have this opportunity to be a representative of the board and to share both your bar mitzvah certificate and this Kiddush cup. Everybody spoke about how proud they are of you, but I'd like to offer you a welcome into the temple community that you're already majorly actively involved in, and to recognize the words that you shared in your Davar Torah, the promise, and you embodied that. You really show emotion when you spoke about it, and that's a very special thing. So, congratulations. And from the board, your certificate and your Kiddush cup. Enjoy it.
No wine.
Oh.
Do you want to?
Well, you know, I'm not entirely responsible for that piece of the puzzle. But you can just bring that up with your mom. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now for the trees. You know, in our lobby right over there is a tree we call our Simcha tree, our tree of joy, and there are leaves on that tree, and engraved on every leaf is the name of a member of our congregation and a significant happy occasion in their life, like a wedding or a special anniversary or a bar or bat mitzvah. And today, Liam Plath, there is a brand new leaf on the tree out there with your name and today's date on it, and it's in honor of your bar mitzvah. And every time you come into this building, I want you to pass by that tree and spot your leaf, and your job is to go up and give it a polish, keep it shining. But more than that, to remember the great success of this day. If you can do this, you can do anything. And you know, when our people started to return in great numbers to the land of Israel about 150 years ago, they had a dream to build their modern nation on a land that had become a desert because it had been overworked and all the trees had been cut down long ago. And so they knew they needed to plant. And with the help of the Jewish National Fund and with donations from Jews all around the world, they planted over 200 million trees in the land of Israel. I'm not making up that number. Israel is the only country in the world who entered the current century with a net gain in trees because of it. And today, Israel is a land once again flowing with milk and honey and beautiful trees. And there's one more tree planted in the modern state of Israel in honor of your bar mitzvah. And it's a gift from me and from Karma and Lindy and our staff here at Temple. And your job is to go to Israel and find that tree. Good luck, kid. We pick up our prayer book once again, and we turn to page 24, and I invite onto the bima for opening the ark one last time, cousins Axel and Aviva Shamash, and I ask you all to please rise either physically or in spirit. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמר אותנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגוד עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. At the conclusion of each of our services, we take a moment to remember our loved ones who are no longer with us physically, but who we carry in our hearts and in our memories. And so they are with us in a very real way, and they continue to carry and bless us. And especially at these happy occasions, we think about those special relatives who would be so proud to be here. So we are especially remembering grandfather Captain Richard Plath and great-grandparents William Oliver and Virginia Pritchard. We hold them in our hearts, and all of us hold our dearly beloved who are no longer here as we recite together on page 25, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, B'yalma divra cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mivorach le'olam ulomei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places make peace right here on earth between all people, and let us say amen. So I'd like to invite up onto the bima both the immediate and extended family members for Kiddush and Motzi, and everybody else. We want you to come out of the pews and stand as close as you can all around the foot of the bima.
Asher bo
Well, Liam, grab that Kiddush cup and lift it.
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
I drank this yesterday.
It's a different one. We wouldn't give you the
And
same.
you're brave enough to do it again.
It's just as bad.
Everyone,
It is
please
just as bad.
take the hand or the shoulder of everyone so we're connected all around the room. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. And we're going to say also Shabbat Shalom to all those watching from their home. We wish you were here, but we're so glad you were able to join us this morning. So Shabbat Shalom.
Now, something else is going to happen right now. You know, we've been talking about Shabbat, the Jewish Sabbath, which begins on Friday night when the sun goes down and ends on Saturday when there are at least 3 stars in the sky. And we bring the Shabbat to a conclusion in a ceremonial way with a special, beautiful ceremony called Havdalah, which means separation. And the family has asked us to make it a part of the celebration. And because the social hall is all set up for the party, we are going to march our way singing into the gallery and make a big gathering there. The family will be in the middle holding the candle and the wine and the spice, and we'll lead you through the beautiful Havdalah ceremony. So in that direction, follow us. Oh, say shalom, bimroma, uya, say shalom, aleinu, ve'yakol, Yisrael,